What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for NFL Week 9 Millionaire Maker.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon
so you don't miss our new videos.
Okay guys, this is for the Millionaire Maker slate, which is the Sunday main slate at 1 p.m. Oh, and stick around to the very end of this video. After I show you all my picks in the Draft Dashboard tools, I'll show you these players in DraftKings and in FanDuel, the Millionaire Maker slates. There'll be 2 spots open that you have to fill in, but you'll have a great Millionaire Maker core.
Okay guys, NFL Week 9. Let's take a look at the quarterback position. So my Millionaire Maker quarterback for Week 9 may surprise some people, but this guy was on my radar last week. A couple of people laughed at me in the comments for this pick, but I think he's in a good spot again here this week. So my Millionaire Maker quarterback is Justin Fields from the Chicago Bears playing the Miami Dolphins, who have the 8th worst defense overall. They give up the 6th most fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks. Now, Justin Fields, he's averaged 16.2 fantasy points per game on the season, but I like this pick because he's getting an average of 9.5 rush attempts per game. So he's got a lot of rushing upside. Only going to be about 3% owned, projected at 17.3 fantasy points here in Week 9. I'm going to up that projection to 20. And I also like this pick because he's only 5,300 DraftKings salary, 2,100 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 45.5 points scored in this game, with the Bears trailing by 5. So Justin Fields has been on fire, scoring 26, 24, and 19 fantasy points in the last 3 games. And he got 8, 14, and 12 rush attempts in those games. So great matchup here. Super low ownership. His price tag is low. He's got that rushing upside. So I like Justin Fields here versus the Miami Dolphins.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching.
If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal,
all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won.
And we'll send you $25 PayPal.
So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Okay, let's take a look at the running back position. So we're going to have some money to spend on running back. So my Millionaire Maker running back is Aaron Jones from the Green Bay Packers playing the Detroit Lions, who have the absolute worst defense overall. They give up the 2nd most fantasy points to opposing running backs. Aaron Jones has averaged 17.3 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 12.3 rush attempts per game and 4.8 pass targets per game. So he's been on the field for 63% of the snaps, gonna be about 19% owned, projected at 18 fantasy points here in Week 9. Now he's 7,400 DraftKings salary, only 400 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's gonna be 49.5 points scored in this game, with the Packers favored by 3.5. So Aaron Jones has scored 23, 29, and 7 fantasy points in the last 3 games, off of 20, 8, and 9 rush attempts on top of 5, 10, and 4 pass targets. So he got 25 touches last week, 18 touches the week before that. Now he has a fantastic matchup in what should be a somewhat high-scoring game, close competitive game, and I think the Packers are going to take the lead in this game. Could be a nice running game script. So I like Aaron Jones here versus the Detroit Lions. Okay, let's take a look at the wide receiver position. So I want to save some salary with this pick, and I want to stack up a wide receiver for Justin Fields. So my Millionaire Maker wide receiver is Darnell Mooney from the Chicago Bears, playing the Miami Dolphins, who have the 8th worst defense overall. They give up the 9th most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers. Darnell Mooney has averaged 7.7 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 5.5 pass targets per game. He's been on the field for 89% of the snaps, gonna be about 8% owned, projected at 9.9 fantasy points here in week 9. He's $4,700 DraftKings salary, $1,400 more on FanDuel. We know Vegas thinks there's going to be 45.5 points scored in this game, with the Bears trailing by 5. So I do think the Dolphins are going to take the lead in this game. So I think it could be a passing game script. I think Darnell Mooney will get some extra targets in this one. And he scored 12, 8, and 14 fantasy points in the last 3 games off of 5, 6, and 12 pass targets. Now, Darnell Mooney hasn't really had a breakout game so far this season. The most fantasy points he scored this season is 13 or 13.8 on DraftKings. So I'm looking for him to put up a big 20-plus fantasy point performance. So I like Darnell Mooney here versus the Miami Dolphins.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all the tools for NFL. NBA is right around the corner. This is a great time to get in and try everything for 1 month. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, moving on to the tight end position, my Millionaire Maker tight end is Evan Ingram from the Jacksonville Jaguars, playing the Las Vegas Raiders, who have the 4th worst defense overall. They give up the 2nd most fantasy points to opposing tight ends. Evan Ingram has averaged 9.1 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 5.6 pass targets per game. He's been on the field for 75% of the snaps, going to be about 9% owned, projected at 9.3 fantasy points here in week 9. And I like this pick because he's only $3,300 DraftKings salary. Now he's $1,900 more on FanDuel. And Vegas thinks there's going to be 48 points scored in this game, with the Jaguars only trailing by 1.5. So Evan Ingram has scored 16, 11, and 9 fantasy points in the last 3 games off of 6, 7, and 6 pass targets. So this is a fantastic matchup. He's got nice consistent volume and production the last 3 games. Going to be a somewhat high scoring game and what should be a competitive game. The Jacksonville Jaguars offense has taken a jump up with Travis Etienne as their starting running back. So that's going to give Evan Ingram some more opportunities in the red zone. So I like Evan Ingram here versus the Las Vegas Raiders.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NFL slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck. You've unlocked the bonus content.
Okay guys, here we are in the DraftKings lineup optimizer. Over here on Draft Dashboard, we have our Millionaire Maker core locked in here. We've generated a lineup, so let's see who we got. We got Justin Fields, Ramondre Stevenson, Aaron Jones, Darnell Mooney, Devontae Adams, Adam Thielen, Evan Ingram, Travis Etienne, and the Buccaneers defense. So guys, I love this lineup right here. Now, we are stacking Evan Ingram and Travis Etienne, but we're running them back with Devontae Adams. So if that game goes off, you're going to be in a good spot. And let's just see if you don't want to stack, if you don't want to play Evan Ingram and Travis Etienne on the same line, in the same lineup, you could go with Tyler Boyd here. That's a pretty good substitute. So, but I like stacking Travis Etienne and Evan Ingram and then running it back with Devontae Adams. I think that's a contrarian play right there. I don't think many people are going to have this lineup. And it could definitely hit the Jacksonville Jaguars. Their offense has taken a big step up because of Travis Etienne. So I like this lineup, guys. I'm going to save this lineup so I can optimize it later if anything changes. Okay, now here we are in the FanDuel lineup optimizer. Over here on Draft Dashboard, we have our Millionaire Maker core locked in here. We've generated a lineup. So let's see who we got. We got Justin Fields, Aaron Jones, Dalvin Cook, Darnell Mooney, DeAndre Hopkins, DJ Moore, Evan Ingram, Devin Singletary, and the Panthers defense. So I like this lineup, guys. No changes necessary from me. I'm going to save this lineup so we can optimize it later if anything changes.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NFL slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.